Squishy Monster, and today we're gonna make green tea mochi ice cream. And I feel like when you put ice cream and involve it in some way, it makes it that much better, especially when you've just got your wisdom teeth out. I'm gonna show you guys how to make this, and it's gonna be much easier than you think.
The first thing we're going to do is whip up our ice cream. This is without eggs and without an ice cream machine, so if you would prefer to do a custard-based ice cream, I'll post that on my blog, thesquishymonster.com. So in my stand mixer, fitted with a wire whisk attachment, I'm going to pour in my cold, heavy cream. So that goes in there like that. And we are desiring a soft whip, like a soft peak. We're not looking for whipped cream here per se. And then to that, I want to sprinkle in my powdered sugar. And we're going to incorporate that with some matcha, some green tea powder. And I found this at my local Asian market. You can also find it online, and I'm going to sprinkle that in there. It's going to give that nice emerald hue, and it's going to have that really nice earthy, grassy green tea flavor. This is what you desire, a really nice, thick and fluffy consistency. And I'm going to just scoop it into my dish and let it set in the freezer, and then we'll work on our mochi part. My ice cream still has a ways to go, but I want to begin working on my mochi. So here I have some sweet rice flour, and it's sweet rice, not regular rice flour. And then to that I'm going to add in sugar and a little bit of salt. The salt will help bring out the sweetness, and it'll be a nice balance. And then again we have the matcha, the green tea powder, and this is what it looks like again, and I'm going to add that in there as well. And I want to whisk all the dry together before I add any liquid to this. Slowly begin streaming in my water. So as you're whisking, just put in a little bit at a time, just like that. I want to loosely cover with cling or plastic wrap, and I'm going to microwave mine for about 3 minutes, and halfway into that cooking time I'm going to take it out and kind of beat it and kind of smash it and work it out. Now that I let it in there for about 1.5 minutes or so, I want to take the plastic off and take a spatula or a spoon or whatever you have, and just kind of mash it together, pull and stretch and kind of just beat it and just kind of pound it, if you will. And we're going to pop it back into the microwave for a little more, a little longer, just so it gets really nice and chewy. On a sil pad or parchment, whatever you have on hand, I have generously sprinkled over with a lot of wheat starch. And I want to put my mochi on top of that, and this is what it looks like. And you have to work pretty quickly, you don't want it to set, and so we're basically going to flatten it out with our fingers. So here's the rest of my dough, and it really helps if every surface is coated with the wheat starch. And so on the top, on the sides, and we're going to flatten it out. Basically make kind of like a sheet cake of sorts, but we're going to divide it up, pre-portion it so we can place our mochi in there. I've pressed it out into about of 1/4 inch thickness, and I'm going to pop it into the refrigerator so it'll cool down. It'll be ready to envelop my green tea ice cream. And for my mocha mochi video, I got a ton of questions about if you had to use wheat starch or if you could use powdered sugar or anything like that. I've never used anything but wheat starch or cornstarch, and I dust off the excess before I fold it up into a little dough ball. So I'm not really sure, but a lot of other people seem to have had luck with it, so I guess at your own discretion. When your dough has sufficiently cooled, you want to make squares of sorts, and they don't have to be perfect. You can just eyeball it. If you're very neurotic, you can measure it. And I'm just gonna eyeball it though, because it's gonna be to eat for me. I may share if I feel like it. I'm kidding, I'm gonna share. And then just kind of go down lengthwise as well. And then it's going to be very important, even if you haven't measured it, like I said, it's not important. You want to take each little square or sheet and dust off the excess. The key here is to work really fast. So take a sheet of your mochi and stretch it out as much as you can, and just kind of take your thumbs and your forefinger, just kind of flatten it, flatten the surface area, because you want it to stretch and envelop the entire ice cream without spilling out. So flatten as you go and kind of stretch a little bit. And when you have a satisfactory sheet, take a little bit of your ice cream, and after some consideration, I thought they were too big, so I'm going to spoon in just a little bit, tuck it in there, and stretch and pinch. Stretch and pinch. Stretch and pinch. And after some pinching and stretching, you'll eventually have a little cushion like this, a pillow of green tea mochi ice cream. Keep them in the freezer and try not to hold on to them for longer than a couple days, but here we go, and probably I'm gonna eat them all tonight anyways.
Look at this green little pillow stuffed with ice cream. I'm super excited to say the least. And I would really try to aim to eat these probably the day of and just kind of pull them out as you eat them or as you serve them to your guest. I'm going for a bite. Chewy. And that ice cream is cooking in. So you get this really nice contrast from the squishiness of the rice cake and the mochi to the smooth creaminess of the ice cream. Nice contrasting textural things going on, and that earthy, just subtle grassiness of the green tea is coming in. This is to die for. I hope you guys give this a try. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is the Squishy Monster, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!